Hey everybody, it's Andy back for another week to help you build a career you love. Today we've got a great tip for career changers to establish their new brand. Now, if you've been following me, you know I talk about career changing a lot. I know how difficult it is, so I want to give you a lot of instruction on that. And if you haven't caught it, I've talked about how to change careers successfully, the first 7 steps that I would take to do that. And I've also spent a lot of time in one of my live office hours talking on this very subject. I'll put those links in the description so you can check them out later. They give you a much better running start. But today I've got a tip to help you get yourself out there as a knowledgeable person on this subject matter that you want to turn to make that career pivot. Now, in those steps I talk about when you need to change careers, in order to do it effectively, there's going to be a researching phase that you're going to go through, and you're going to be getting up to speed and following leaders and learning and taking schooling or certification training or studying however you want to get educated. And then I also talk about a step that you need to take in marketing yourself, everything from how to establish your new brand to your resume and all that good stuff. Well, one of the things that you can do that does take a little bit of lead time, because these things don't necessarily happen overnight for you to establish this new identity for yourself, is that I think that, and what do I always talk about? Let's control what you can control. And one of the things that you can control is what you put out into this world. So what I recommend as a tip is LinkedIn has a wonderful platform where it allows anybody to put a long form post together, kind of like a blog post or an article or a video or whatever it is that you want to make. As you start to learn about your new subject, whatever that is, and whatever career you want to turn to, I highly recommend that you start writing about it. It could be a how-to, it could be an editorial or opinion piece, whatever it is that starts to get content circulating in this world that you're distributing as the author. And why is this so important? Well, if you write a post one week and you start to circulate it on LinkedIn and your other social platforms, people will start to take notice. And what's really important about that is your network is going to be so vital in being able to help you with your career change, because you're going to have to rely more heavily on your network to get interviews, because the applicant tracking system submissions are not going to be kind to you relative to the other job seekers who actually have the hardcore skills already. So as part of your rebranding effort, it's a great idea to start putting content out into the world and sharing it with your network. So if you write one week, and you share it a couple, 3 times a day on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter, wherever you might be, Instagram, people will start to take notice. Write another one the next week. That's 2. Keep circulating both. And then 3 and 4. In 8 weeks, you'll have 8 articles. And what's really neat about this is not only will your network take notice, but if I'm an employer and you're referred to me or you apply to me directly and I take a look at your LinkedIn profile, one of the things that I'm going to note is that you have articles that you've written that are on your platform. And I will see that you are writing about this subject, and my inclination is going to be to assume that you're knowledgeable on this subject. Say, hey, look, wow, she wrote 8 articles on this particular subject matter. Now, I'm not going to take the time to go and read them all, but I certainly will take notice when I see your LinkedIn profile that you have a number of these articles that you've written about. And if nothing else, I appreciate that you've taken the effort and made the effort to really be committed to this. So this sends a lot of great messages. So my one tip to help you in your rebranding efforts is to write about it. Use LinkedIn's long form platform because it's very easy, and you're going to need to circulate this stuff to your network, and I would share it with your network. And if you do that, you'll start to accumulate many posts. And so when an employer ultimately lands on your LinkedIn profile, which most of them will check whenever they get your resume submission, they will take note, and it will do wonders for helping establish some wind at your back as you go in for that interview. So that's my tip. If you like it, give me the thumbs up, click the share button, let other career changers know about this. If you are watching this anywhere other than my Tips for Work and Life blog or my YouTube channel, hop over to those sites and make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, because you don't want to miss these weekly videos, as well as be there for my live office hours. I spend 1 hour to 2 hours every week on Thursdays on my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you there soon. Until next week, have a great one.